What is good, peeps? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Wake and be with the Indefatigable Artist Bleace. This is going to be a new thing in the mornings here. I'm wanting to do Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to just start the day. Wake up early, and with my new schedule now, I've been laying it out what is best, and had to make some adjustments. I was on the night stream for a while, but I've always adjusted my streaming time to what is best for my schedule. And if you've been with the channel for a while, I used to do morning streams, early streams, daytime streams, way back when, just because it fit my schedule. And then I switched it to night, and I really love the light setup, that I have. And I just like how that looks, with what I have built inside of here. But we're back to mornings, and the concept of wake and be, stemming from my recent writings, just flowing with that from the Indefatigable Artist Podcast. New episode every week, and it's gotten my pen moving, writing more, and wake and be is something that stemmed from that. But this is the first episode. Bear with me. I do want to test some things out today. Trying to figure things out. Bear with me. I am now also trying to stream this out to Twitch, YouTube. Shout out YouTube peeps. We just hit 6 months of every day posting. I started January 10th and just hit June 10th. 6 months posting on YouTube every single day. Every single day, a new upload to YouTube. Some days it's definitely easier than others, but that is what being indefatigable is all about. It is about ups and downs. It's getting through those troughs. It's getting over those peaks, which can sometimes be just as hard as the lows. We also hit 400 listens to the Indefatigable Artist Podcast. Just thank you to everybody who's taken their time and listened. It's out on all platforms, so whether you listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, also up on YouTube, Indefatigable Artist Podcast on YouTube as well. Latest 2-hour video here. I also published my first 12-hour video on YouTube, which is the longest I can upload. And funny thing is, when I first tried to upload that, it was actually 12 hours and 43 seconds. Something with the export, it was a different frame rate, which I did not catch. And so I had to do some math to get that at exactly 12 hours because YouTube would not let me upload that. So that was fun. That was a learning experience, No matter how many times you do something, I've done hundreds and hundreds of YouTube uploads, but this is the first time maxing out the time limit on YouTube. Pretty cool. Something new. Tried it out. But yeah, all of these visual meditation videos, I've put together a playlist. They've been really therapeutic to make. And I'm glad others are resonating with that as well. Again, the feedback I've gotten on these videos far surpassed. Again, no expectations, but I did not see these videos. I have no sound to them, so Oh, I got a lanky lo-fi girl. I have no sound to them, and I know sound would enhance them. And hopefully someday soon, maybe with AI or something, I can make some beats of my own. But I have not gotten the music for that. Just vibe out for a second, you know? Just vibe out. Just vibe out with me. I appreciate it. We're just vibing out, taking it slow. Just wake and be. Not be happy, not be confident, not be this or that. Just wake and be. That's it. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're lowering the stress. We're lowering the stress of worry, of, and I'm telling myself this too. You know, I'm not saying this outwardly. I am also telling myself, and I deeply struggle with that. And that's where this comes from, is that struggle of constantly feeling not good enough, of constantly going to bed thinking, oh, I could have done more, I could have done more, I could have done more, I could have done this, I could have done that. So this phrase, wake and be, you know, we're human beings, not human doings. We're more than a name. We're more than words. So I'm not just saying wake and be is like I'm already at like some crazy level, and even monks and stuff aren't. We kind of like idolize them and think like they're on this plane all the time, and it's not true. They all struggle on a human level. And so I think seeing them on a more human level and realizing, you know, they don't have it all figured out either. It's constant, and the more you learn about yourself and about anything really, the more questions you always have. It's this weird learning paradox, right? The more you know, the more questions you ask. And it's about asking the right questions and knowing what questions to ask. I say it to myself, but I want to share it with others because it's the whole meaning behind Indefatigable Artist Podcast. And what's been really driving me these past few years. This is an extension of that. And I've really enjoyed streaming. I really have. We've been going strong. You know, this is going into the third year here. And I have really enjoyed this, and I wish I could do it on a more full-time basis. It's just not the case right now. And I am trying to make a more conscious effort of streaming more, and definitely going to be doing that the rest of 2023 now. Still, you can see, still setting up behind me, but we're settled here now. Bleace is in Brooklyn. We're settled here now, and we're really getting a flow. I've really kind of pegged down my schedule here. Things always change. Obviously, things always change, and how you adapt to that change is on you. You just got to be as ready as you can for it, right? That's all we can do, and it's being fully present in each moment, and that's why, for me, scheduling is so important, because it allows you to be more present and to give more value to your time when it's spent with others, because it is scheduled out. First stream and doing this, it's all a little different. There's some cool events coming up. Bleace Day is coming up here, June 21st. Doing something new with this Bleace Day, and I'm really excited that whole week of the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh man, it is, it's major, and it's another step. It's another step Bleace is taken. It's another step Bleace is taken, and I'm very excited. And those who are a part of this, thank you. I will say more that week. Just want to throw it out there that Bleace Day, the 4th annual Bleace Day, it's going down. It's going down next week, next Wednesday. Very much looking forward to it. And give a follow, Bleace NFT, on all socials, because we'll be posting updates on there. And yeah, I apologize for the boxes in the back. Still, those are all books. That's like my little library. Slowly but surely. Shout out Colorful, Homegrown Colorful, helping, doing so much. It's so easy to get overwhelmed. She's started a YouTube channel as well. Give that a follow at Colorful Carol. Goes in on those vlogs, on those NYC vlogs. And that's the thing people don't realize of. It's a lot of work to put these vlogs together. It's a lot of work to put these videos together and put this stuff out. But if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. Right? But you have to really love it, and you have to really love what you're doing. There's got to be a message. There's got to be a why driving you. And I talked in the latest episode of the podcast about really stripping away, who you are and what that is for other people through it all. So saying you're more than a name, saying you're more than a job title, what does that mean then? And I put it also in the context of, if everything I created was deleted, all the writing, all the videos, all the files, if it was deleted, all the social media, if it was all gone, what then would I leave behind? And that's what I write a lot about in my morning writings, is what am I going to leave behind? What am I going to leave behind? And it's what I boiled it all down to, stripped away all the layers, was energy. It's energy. And it goes to that phrase I like to say a lot, the greatest currency there is in the universe is your effect on others. And so this effect is the energy you're giving them. What is the lasting impression that they will have? And think about the last interaction you had with another. How will they remember that interaction of you? Again, if everything were deleted, if you were deleted, if your avatar was gone, and they could never interact with your energy ever again, what will they remember you by? What energy did you give them that you chose to give them? You choose. The hardest truth I ever had to face was realizing that no other person made me angry. I made myself angry through that person. I chose to react the way that I reacted. They chose the way they acted to me. Now, can they be hurtful? Can they act out in anger? Can they make you sad? It's not negating any of that. And you can feel that way and be validated in feeling that way. Dr. Joan Rosenberg says that 90-second wave, you feel that wave of emotion. And while you're feeling that, it's not required of you to react. Just because they acted doesn't mean you have to react, especially in a highly emotional state like that. Acting out in anger is not going to result in something positive. So feeling that, and where I come to is feeling that way and expressing it in writing, in creativity, in harnessing that energy. And you don't want to suppress it. You don't want to, ignore that emotion. Peel it away. Why did they have that reaction to you? Where does that stem from as an artist, as a person? Where? Learn more about yourself, and by writing it out. And I can, again, just like everything else I've talked about in this podcast, everything comes from personal experience here. And it's had such a profound effect. Sorry, I gotta get some water here. And it's had such a profound effect that it feels so good to just share it. And it's been at the essence of what made me write in the first place. And it is this emotional intelligence, this rising of a emotional intelligence. And if you've listened to the podcast, I've been talking about this in recent episodes, and the conversations, whatever you call it with ChatGPT that you have, the text, whatever it may be. I think ChatGPT, what do they call it? Is it conversations? New chat. So chatting with ChatGPT. Duh. Whatever. Conversations, chats. But having ChatGPT explicitly list the different ways in which humans can compete intellectually with the exponential rise of artificial intelligence, creative problem solving, it's emotional intelligence. And I just found that to be very profound, and it really stuck with me in saying, this is the value here that I'm giving with everything that I'm doing here, with everything that I'm giving out, that I'm choosing to give out. Thinking of this podcast, thinking of being stuck and frustrated that I have felt algorithms have not pushed out my artwork the way I What, I guess we're all disappointed in some way, and then again, you got to take some self responsibility. But not deriving happiness from likes and engagement, but instead saying, I am going to approach social media as a diary, as little mementos of where I was at that point in time, and to try to get this message that I've been so driven by. It's what changed the course of my life of writing Bleace, and then kind of closing that chapter. And by finishing those 2 novels, took a decade, really grew as an artist and gained perspective psychologically as an artist, and realizing the change that occurred within because I went down this path of being an artist and went down this path of being a writer and a creator, and what that did for me, and saying the world needs more of that. It needs more of that right now. It needs more of that right now. It needs more of that right now. And it's one thing to point out the so many flaws we see, but that's not a solution-based mindset. It's saying, what can I do to help? What can I do to better my environment? What steps can I take? And so in answering that, it's been the podcast. It's been these daily videos that I've been putting out. Mindfulness, meditation videos, visually calming videos to try to ease some anxiety. And I love Moby's latest album because that was his goal as well, is to lower anxiety, lower worry, be right now, right here, right now. Not over here in the past, not over here in the future, right here, right now. That's it. And so doing that, doing this right here, doing that right here, just doing that right there, and deep breaths. And I think it has drastically slowed me down of gotta get there, and realizing you're here, you're right where you need to be. It's not happiness is over there. Oh, if I just do this, there's happiness. No. Because once and for so long, and it truly didn't sink in until 2020 for me. I was constantly, especially like before I published the books, like that year before publishing the book, and like coming up on the 4th Bleace day here. So going back to 2019, leading up to that, of how stressed I was. I was so stressed out. putting stress on myself, stress from work. It was very, very toxic. And again, I appreciate Colorful for sticking with me through that. And it really did take a physical health toll, looking back and just realizing that I was suffering from like short panic attacks for a while leading up to full on blackouts. But it was because I was putting happiness. If I just get the book out, okay, now I got the first book out. Okay, now once I get the second book out, then happiness will be there. Then success will be there. Then everything that I've been working towards is going to be there. It's over there. It's over there. If I just get this stuff done, it'll be there. And then getting it out, getting both of the books out, and being disappointed by, and it was, partial disappointment, especially the first one, but the second one was very tempered down because of the pandemic and stuff. And I was like, it is what it is what it is. It's outside of my control. I can only control what I can do. And I got the book out, but the situation was what it was. But, being really disappointed after the first one, because like had it in my head of like all these things that would kind of snowball from there. And not being the case, and going to all those bookstores and just realizing how it's you can't get in them unless you're published by one of the 5 main book publishing companies. They have a hold on all national bookstores, and even local bookstores, because local bookstores want to sell national books, nationally popular books, and in order to do so, you can't have other things on the bookshelves. So it strangles out self-publishers like myself. And so it's just another hurdle. But looking back now, it's been a stepping stone. And I'm grateful for that process. I'm grateful to have undergone that and to be right here, because it's all led here. And that's the beauty of this, and what I really want other artists to see for themselves too. And looking at other artists who define success by a numerical value, will then do things that I don't respect, ultimately. There's just certain things that certain artists have to do because they have defined success a certain way. And there's the famous video of Bob Marley of like, what is rich? What is rich? And same question, like, what is success? Success is whatever you define it as. And so I return again to energy. It's the energy you give. And that, I know saying it explicitly like that is a little crass, and you should just focus on going beyond that. But I really want to say it explicitly because I do think it gets overlooked. We may, I guess, on one level know that it's energy, and it's the beautiful thing about music. It's like even if you don't know the language, like you can still feel it. It's vibrating in your ears, and it's just geometry, for your eardrums to listen to. But it's that energy that you give, and sharing the knowledge that you spend time to obtain. And when you're accumulating knowledge and you, like myself, like I'm constantly wanting to learn and read something new, and learning about yourself is lifelong. You're constantly learning yourself. And so looking inward as much as outward can really lead to some profound things. And even if you're not an artist, doing so, writing, or just whatever you can to just escape for an hour a day, 1/24th of your day, 1/24th of your day. Look at it that way, 1/24th of your day. And it will just add value, so much more value to the other 23 hours a day, and to your relationships with others, relationships with yourself. And do this especially if you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. Even though if you're depressed, you have like low energy, and you may not want to even pick yourself up out of bed. If you can just write one word, if you can just write one word, one moment of your time, just start with one word. It'd be fuck. Fuck this. But get it out there and realize you're more than those thoughts. Whatever thoughts are plaguing you, where did those words come from? Where do those words stem from? Those depressive thoughts. Why do you even have those words as thoughts? Think about that. Think about that. Think about humans thousands of years ago, millions of years ago. They wouldn't have English. Not millions, hundreds of thousands of years ago. Okay. They wouldn't have English words in their head. So why do you think those words, especially about yourself? It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Those words, whatever is keeping you down, it's most likely an illusion. I keep saying this, and it's truly at the heart of these novels. You know, I start with the question, what is reality? And stemming from that simple question, applying it to modern day. You know, I was off on a free-floating planet, you know, in a fictional story. But with these thesis papers that I've been writing since 2013, I do a lot of writing. A lot of writing and a lot of reading. And stemming from that question and really applying it to our times, it's getting others to see how much of their day-to-day life is an actual just man-made illusion. Monday, again, a word. It's not a real thing. You don't go to Jupiter and say, Monday. Go say Monday to Jupiter. What the fuck will that mean? What does that mean to the moon? I'm just saying, like, it doesn't mean anything. Go say Monday to a dolphin, to an elephant. What is Monday? What's Tuesday? These are, again, man-made things. Weeks, weekends. We spend so much time in these illusions that they become real. Holidays, again, just so so ridiculous. That we still, yeah. But there's just little things like that. There's little things like that add up. And again, how much online is an illusion? Now you're talking online, all of it. It's a media. It's all media. So it was a few minutes late, but I do want to keep these to an hour. Just short and sweet. Hour, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern. And just go on an hour with updates. Just have a chat. So really appreciate anyone tuning in. As always, you can go further at Bleace.com. And please, if you're not on YouTube, like and subscribe on YouTube. I have now passed 6 months of posting every single day on YouTube. And I've also created a channel for the Indefatigable Artist Podcast. We'll be uploading clips from these Wake and Be streams up there, along with new episodes every week. We hit episode 21 on this last one. So yeah, 21 episodes up. If you have not checked it out, there's a lot to get into. And they range, 20-minute episodes to over an hour. So there's a lot in there that I've been putting in there, and want to talk more about it on these morning streams, and just, again, wake and be. I don't want necessarily to have much of an agenda, but just kind of wanted to lay out, overall, and just flesh out these thoughts with you on this first episode. I don't want to call it an episode, first stream, Wake and Be stream. Yeah. It's always a lot. Yeah, it's too close to the edges. Oh, it is 10 o'clock. Okay. Well, I really appreciate everyone who has tuned into this and who watches this back. It will be up on YouTube, Bleace YouTube. Definitely check it out, and let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think of this concept. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. So until next time, peeps, really appreciate you hanging out.